Hey, folks, and welcome back to Glenn and Adrian's Rock Talk. That's Adrian.
And that's Glenn.
And today we're breaking ground on Veruca Salt, a band that came up in the 90s. They had a big album out of nowhere, and it actually happened only a few months after the band had really formed. It was fronted by two women, Louise Post and Nina Gordon. They named themselves after a spoiled brat in Willy Wonka. I don't know exactly why, but they had this album, American Thighs, that did really, really well in 1994. It had a huge hit in the song Seether. I guess it got pretty competitive, and they were young, and they got all this situation of being famous really fast, like before they'd gone through the rigors of being a touring band that suffers a little bit together, you know. So anyway, they split apart, blew apart, really, a few years later, and then for many years did nothing. And then one day, one of them picked up the phone and called the other one and said, hey, you know, we were kind of young back then, and maybe some of that stuff that broke us up was kind of silly in retrospect. And the other one's like, yeah, you know, I think you're right. So they came back, and they started making records again. And the records they made were pretty good. So we're going to look at something off one of the records that came afterwards. The name of the song is Laughing in the Sugar Bowl. It's on an album called Ghost Notes that came out in 2015. I just thought it'd be fun to revisit the band. So Adrian, have you heard of Veruca Salt before?
I've heard of Veruca Salt a lot. I've never had the chance to listen to them or even look at them. I don't know what they looked like or sounded like.
Let's check this song out and then we'll talk about it afterwards. What do you say?
Alrighty.
All right.
Chinatown burned down, I saw you start the fire. So deep, so sweet, Alphabet Street, what a poet, what a liar. Gotta spell check it. A-B-C-D-E-F-G-H. I'm the enemy, whole lot of love is coming on the radio. Oh no, here we go. Hot, hot, look who's laughing in the sugar bowl. Not amused, Paula Bell, chanteuse the morning after. First act, no tact, what a playback, wasn't that a good disaster? Count it up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. No way, oh, way, oh, whole lot of love is coming on the radio. Oh no, here we go. Ha ha, look who's laughing in the sugar bowl. Oh way.
All right. So what'd you think, Adrian?
To me, the song sounds happy and perky, like a lot of 90s music. You know, for example, the likes of Larry Ciclero and Juliana Hatfield come to my mind. I know you could list an awful lot of other bands, but here as well. But,
sure, Liz Phair, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Well, American Thighs came out in 94, and then they had one more album together in 97. They are Beatles fans, and I know that there are a lot of Beatles references in their songs and in some of their lyrics and things like that. I think there was some type of Beatles reference, 8 Arms to Hold You or something like that. That might have been it. But after that, they split apart, and one of them went on with entirely new people. So this is the first time the original band has gotten back together and the two writers are working together in nearly 20 years. Okay, so they had kind of one big blast first in the early mid-90s, and then that was that. Like the second album pretty much bombed. Didn't really do very well. I think a lot of critics look at this album as the follow-up they should have had to American Thighs. I think it's pretty catchy. I recognize their vocals because they're singing together in harmony and unison, kind of depending on what they feel like doing at that moment, you know, and that is probably their most distinct characteristic as a band, aside from, you know, the general almost Weezer, Buddy Holly type sound, you know, that kind of a thing, the 90s sound, but their vocals are what really identify them, I think, as a band. And that's what I liked about them in the first place. That's why I bought American Thighs in the first place back in the day. And you can hear it on Seether. You can hear it on other things that were on the radio back then. But yeah, I think that they got themselves back on track, and this is a pretty cool song.
Yeah.
Makes me want to hear a little more. See what they're up to.
Definitely.
Yeah, now this is already, you know, over 10 years old. I don't know what they've been up to ever since. So maybe we can ask our audience if anybody is checking in now and actually knows the band. You know, have you gone to see them lately? Have you bought any of the new records? What would you recommend? If we were going to look at something else, what would you have us look at? I haven't looked yet. I have a feeling that if we tried to react to the music video for Seether, it would probably get blocked, because it seems like a lot of bands from that time period, their music videos just straight up get blocked for whatever reason. But if there was something newer, or if there was a concert or something like that, maybe we'd check it out. So leave your thoughts. If you have any other details you want to leave them below. Okay, if you have other suggestions, leave those too. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you enjoyed the presentation, please subscribe. All right, thanks so much for joining us today. We will catch you on the next one. Take care, folks.
See you later.